So Kanye West seems to have lost his damn mind. Late last week, Kanye decided to start tweeting several hundred times over the course of a couple of days, just spewing about the most inflammatory, anti-Semitic, and horrible things that he possibly could onto his Twitter in a way that makes no sense to any of us outside of the brain of Kanye West. It honestly felt like, I don't know, like somebody bet him $75 that he couldn't get canceled by just tweeting over the course of the next 2 days, and he really needed that $75 to buy more nitrous or something, so he went full-throated cancellation mode in an attempt to burn whatever amount of reputation he has left remaining since releasing Graduation. And to be fair to him, he has done a damn good job at tarring the street, burning the bridges, tarring the bridges that have remained. Now listen, I am not here to defend Kanye West. Anybody who would try to do so is either an idiot or also just as blatantly, outwardly racist as Kanye West seems to be pretending to be, or maybe he actually is at this point. It's tough to tell what part of this is performance art and what part of this is a mental breakdown. Triply so, because we're literally talking about Kanye West. But like, is it any surprise when you tweet out stuff like, call me Adolf Hitler and your still wants to or literally tweeting out, I'm a Nazi, Hitler was so fresh, shitting on the Me Too movement, tweeting out free P. Diddy. Like, is it any surprise that Kanye West would subsequently have his Twitter account terminated or deactivated for like the third time in a row? Is it any surprise that the Yeezy store has been taken down, or that his talent agency has dropped him as a client? By the way, the Yeezy store was run off of Shopify. Kanye West's multi-million-dollar clothing franchise is using the same website builder that YouTubers use to sell merch. That's kind of weird, right? He tweeted all of these things before going dark just a few days before the Super Bowl, which he had a Super Bowl ad, which also kind of felt like a surreal experience for those of you watching.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone.
Now listen, I'm not here just to talk about how Kanye West is bad, okay? If the only thing that Kanye West did was go on a major Twitter rant, just saying as much as he could that felt like he was trying to get canceled as quickly as possible using nothing but Twitter, I mean, that would be kind of interesting internet news, but as always, it goes a little bit deeper than that. If you guys remember a few years ago, Kanye West was subsequently banned off of Twitter. I'm not talking about this time, I'm talking about 2 years ago, for making similar anti-Semitic and racist remarks. He was unbanned after Elon Musk bought Twitter and unbanned Kanye West, and then subsequently Donald Trump as well, only to re-ban him after he continued to make similar remarks and also tweeted out a shirtless picture of Elon, so everybody just said that Elon banned him because he didn't like the way he looked in that picture. But I'm not even talking about that Kanye West. I'm talking about 10 years ago Kanye West. Like, anybody who is still an appreciative person of Kanye West's art at this point, the only thing you can really do is look back to before the dude lost his mind and became the person that he was. Most people, when they speak like that, are talking about the era of Graduation and when he was producing music and otherwise shutting the fuck up. But what I'm talking about is actually still his Twitter. Back in 2014, believe it or not, Kanye West was actually a force to be reckoned with when it came to banger tweets. And the reason I bring it up is not just to go through some of my favorite old Kanye West tweets. Don't worry, we're gonna do that too. But in the hundreds of tweets that Kanye West sent out in this current Twitter, he still has a few little snippets, a few glimpses into the nuggets of old meme Kanye. Like, this tweet right here is legendary old Kanye Twitter. This tweet went triple platinum on stolen screenshots on Instagram and Facebook. This tweet I hate when I'm on a flight and I wake up with a water bottle next to me. Like, oh great, now I gotta be responsible for this water bottle. The notion that somebody with a mouthful of diamonds for teeth, I don't know if he actually had that at the time, but a dude who was as rich and as famous as Kanye West even 10 years ago, still having the same relatable dissatisfaction with suddenly being responsible for the drink you didn't want in the first place handed to you by a flight attendant on a plane you just want to get off of as quick as possible is just, in what headspace do you need to be to tweet something? The comedic genius of this Twitter, this tweet cannot be understated. This is better than anything on Watch the Throne. Kanye West would tweet at the current president of the United States to free P. Diddy, somebody who is on trial for crimes up at the level of Jeffrey Epstein. There is nobody who is more evil in the realm of sex trafficking and abusing women, men, using nothing but his status and power over the course of decades than this individual who is on trial. And you are tweeting at the president to have him freed on your own merit, your judgment that he's being wrongly persecuted. That's crazy. But less than 24 hours earlier, he also tweeted, "I love cutting the grass every couple of years," with 3 purple devil emojis. Do you see what I mean? It feels like the guy doesn't have his priorities straight. Are you trying to take a stab at every single minority, person of color, and any other facet of the woke agenda that you can before being ultimately silenced because of it? Or is this 2014 Kanye again? Kanye West would tweet out a link to the Yeezy store where he is selling new merch. This one is a white t-shirt that features a swastika on it, which really throws any subtlety out the window, and I feel like is ultimately what probably got his website taken down for the time being. But then he also tweeted, "When I was at the Gap, my white manager would ask me, 'Please do your job and fold these clothes.' And I'm like, Malcolm X died for me to be able to complain about his death for another 100 years, instead of just folding these relaxed country hand-washed denims going for $34.99 for a limited time only." Are you being racist or are we making jokes? I'm getting a headache from jumping back and forth so much. Fat bitches are sex offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bitches is like giving knives to little kids. They gonna hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat bitch pussy, just remember it's because you're broke. How is this real? How is this a real tweet? Of all the tweets that Kanye sent out, all the anti-Semitic, racist, transphobic stuff, I totally believe Kanye West tweeted that stuff. But this one in particular is like, no way you still have the sauce. No way you still have the comedic timing you did 15 years ago. There's no shot. Kanye West continues to take a weird amount of shots at both fat bitches and broke people for seemingly no reason. One of my personal favorites is, "No rich dude is truly funny. Being funny is for broke dudes who want to distract you from the fact that they're broke and trying to get bitches to f for free." As a certified funny dude, this one kind of hurts. Kanye West would also take the time to share a weird affinity that he has for Kamala Harris, but only while she was vice president, because I guess the power has something to do with it. He would temporarily, for a short period of time, change his profile picture to an image of Kamala Harris, while tweeting things along the lines of, "When Vice President Kamala Harris vice president, who didn't want to f the Vice President Kamala? It's like she had a hit record out, but now she's out of office, no one wants to f anymore. It's like she got dropped from her label." Are we talking about Vice President Kamala Harris, or are we talking about you? Is the Vice President in the room with us right now? "I have not come/came in over 48 hours. Look at my clarity. Pussy is a dickstraction." Wordplay. Something only possible by a Grammy-winning artist. At one point, Kanye West just started posting links to porn, just full URL tweets linking to Pornhub and TNA Flicks, and this obviously caused a bit of conversation amongst people, but not so much because they were like, "Why is my musical artist with 25 million followers tweeting links to pornography, but more so critical of the pornography itself. Many people were disappointed that Kanye West's tastes in pornography were so vanilla. Kanye tweeting a bunch of basic ass porn really puts on display that people only like him for his past glory. This is a 40-year-old man who goes on Pornhub and types big ass, and we're treating him like he's some sort of visionary? No Fuda, no fat man patting his big belly, no hypno, not even tomboy armpit feet, nothing, just bland, creatively dead 2011 ass taste. Nothing that stimulates the creative mind. Do better. At one point, Kanye West would tweet out an apology, basically stating that he wanted to see how many tweets he could get away with and if his account would be deleted for these tweets like he had been in the past, and just sort of one-upping himself over and over to see how bad they could get, before inevitably tweeting what you see behind me, where he apologizes to fellow rappers, black women, gays, Jews, gay Jewish rappers, and at the end goes, "I love everybody, especially fat women," which at that point makes it feel like, oh, he was doing this as a bit. A wildly terrible bit that he should have tried in a comedy club first before tweeting out to millions of people, but the fact that he called it a social experiment at the moment that he tweeted this, which he later deleted by the way, felt like, oh, okay, he's crazy, but I guess maybe he's not that racist, transphobic, hatred of his own people and everybody around him, maybe? But after deleting this, he would send out another tweet basically saying, nah, I hate that I called it a social experiment. I take it back. I meant everything that I said, and then continue to tweet on with a bunch of other stuff. So it's like, did he have a moment of clarity, or was this another one of the things that he was trying to push people's buttons with? We'll probably never know. For the moment, everything is a little bit up in the air. He tweeted all of this stuff before his Super Bowl commercial aired, and then it aired, and it was what it was. Like I said at the beginning, he's since been dropped by his talent agency. The website's been taken down. He seems to have disabled his Twitter account by his own volition, but at this moment in time, it's still not entirely clear what the game plan was with going completely scorched earth on any reputation or ability to work with people in the future. At the end of the day, Kanye West has more than enough money to just retire on and never have to do anything again if he doesn't want to, but this feels like a weird way to go out, but he's a weird guy. If there are any updates, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Remember to subscribe if you want to catch more of me in the future, and I'll see you guys on the next video, yeah? Peace.